So, what is abstractionism? Abstractionism is a departure from reality, relationships of forms and colors. Forms institutionally, emotional, organic, curvilinear, decorative, romantic, or focuses on the mystical. Artists draw their inner world, based largely around three artists like Vasily Kandinsky, Kazimir Malevich, and Fit Mondrian. Time period is approximately from late 80s into the early 90s, intertwined with many other time periods. Influences chemistry, physics, physiology, philosophy, poetry, and music. And the characteristics of abstractionism is it attempts to show pure form and meaning. Shouldn't require any sort of obvious subject matter. Observer doesn't need to know what the painting is of necessarily because that's not the point of the picture. Simplification focus on color, line, shape, composition rather than form or the subject. The new movements born from abstractionism. Number one, neoplasticism or DJ stage, the style created by Mondrian. Artists involved in neoplasticism created works that were considered pure abstractions using only horizontal and vertical line, primary colors, and black and white. Constructivism, a movement with the ideology that purpose of art should be its social importance and impact on society, conflicts with suprematism and help influence neoplasticism. Suprematism, created by Malevich. Suprematism is based on the supremacy of pure artistic feeling. Suprematist pieces were painted using a limited number of colors and their subject matter was limited to basic geometric shapes and forms. These movements were in opposition for each other. Suprematism was focused on removal from materialism, meaning, and practicality, whereas social influence was critically important to the DJ style movement. Kazimir Malevich desired to free art from the burden of the object. Started off working in an impressionist style, was later inspired by Fauvism. He discovered Cubism on a trip to Paris in 1912. Was part of the Russian Cubist movement. In 1915, he exhibited paintings more abstractly geometrical than any seen before. In the 1920s, he was forced to go back to making representational paintings again by Russian government, but couldn't conform to the social realism standards set by the government. His suprematist and abstract works greatly influenced Western art and design. Founded suprematism believed in an extreme reduction. No phenomenon is mortal, and that means not only the body but the idea as well. A symbol that one is an internal record, needed in another form which is actually exists in the conscious and the conscious person. These are example of his artworks. The Hoy Making 1999 Malibu. The second one is Bureau and Room 1913. Vasily Kandinsky initially was a law professor. He encountered Impressionism in 1895 and disliked it, and soon after went to art school to study anatomy and life drawing when he was 30. Works grew increasingly abstract as time went on, very influenced by music. Music is the ultimate teacher, and here are the example of his artwork. Untitled, Kandinsky 1910. Second one is Composition 8, 1923. And the last one is Piet Mondrian. He went to school to become a drawing teacher like his father. Awarded diplomas to teach elementary school and secondary school. Began fine art schooling at the age of 20. Painting landscapes with his clearly on. Believed that the world that we see was an illusion and that through his abstract artwork he was revealing the true world, a simplified existence created optimism. And here are the example of his artwork. The Red Tree, 1908-1910. The Grey Tree, Pietri, 1911. The Apple Tree in Flower, 1912. And lastly, For Kid in Tan and Grey, 1913-14. That's all. Thank you.